Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hobby Night. Hello, Luke. Hello, Halfman. It's lovely to see you guys in chat. We are we're having a little bit of a later stream today because we have guests over. But I do have a couple of activities for us. We are still going to be going to our normal 5 p.m. Finish time, so that should be fun. So we'll be here for a couple hours. I have a couple of things that I need to work on. First and foremost, I need to clean up this 3D print, which I will be doing a little bit. It's mostly cleaned up already, but there's a couple of places where I need to do a little bit of additional cleanup. So I'm going to be working on that. And then after that, we're going to be working on the Ork battle wagon. Ooh, you're heating up leftovers with chili pepper mushrooms? Nice. Hello, Craig. It's lovely to see you. I don't know how much CC will be in today just because we have family over and he's entertaining while I'm doing this. But I'm sure he'll pop in every now and then to escape. But yeah, we should be having a good time today. Like I said, I'm going to do some light cleanup of this. And then I'm not going into detail of what this is. Hello, Dusty Griffin. Well, thank you for chatting with me for the first time today. And lovely to hear that you've been a long-time viewer. I hope you have been enjoying the content. Thank you. I mean, obviously you must be if you keep coming back, which genuinely I very much appreciate. Thank you guys. Thank you. Honestly, I need this today. I need this a little bit today. Okay. I also need, I wonder, will my mold line remover do some of this trick for me? Oh, yes. Okay, cool. Basically, I need to clean this up because it gets slotted into another piece, and I'm just trying to be as clean about that as I possibly can. But how have you guys been? Anything fun going on for you right now? I need some Distraction. Is my mic on? Does it? Oh, hold on. It should be. You got your first airbrush? Dude, that's awesome. Is it on? Hold on. Am I not linked? What's going on? What is happening? Let me just check and see what I'm on here. You know, it's on that. Although the light's flashing green. I thought normally it was blue when it was on. Let me... I think I can... Oh, one thing I definitely need to do is plug in the computer so that it doesn't die. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me figure this out, because this should... Why are you not... Are you not synced? It's not syncing. Hold on, let me grab Chaos Cultist real quick and see if we can fix this. Yes. I think it's not desynced. And I just wanted to know if there's a way for me to do that without, like... Okay. Because it's flashing green.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
Cool.
But they said that, it sounds like I'm on the dash mic, so I think you can hear me, it's just the desk mic? Okay.
I can't turn this thing off.
I never saw it actually sync with
I know,
that.
well,
Okay.
for some reason this is flashing, and I don't know why.
Okay.
And I am unable to turn it off.
Interesting. Okay. Hello, Idiotic Synergy. I'm doing all right. Well, things are all right. How are you doing today? We're figuring out my microphone seems to have desynced from my DJI.
And I am not sure how one would resync it.
I think we might have to do it once we're not using it as like a webcam streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hit I pressed the link button.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, and I think that's why maybe it's flashing. Hello, Arcade Audie. How are you doing? It is charged. It was definitely charged. It's not the power low.
I need to be in the other room dealing with stuff, not this.
I understand. So, well, then don't worry about that because they can hear me. I just thought maybe we were...
I know, but I gotta deal with this now because you called me up to deal with it. Okay. I got it off.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, just plug it in. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm close to the mic and we'll just use that and we'll resync that later. Because I do think it just desynced, but I don't know if we can do that while this is being used.
Alright, do you want me to switch you to desktop then?
No, I think I'm just gonna use this because they still say they can hear me. Like, they're all saying they can hear me. They just, at first I was a little soft because I think I was further away. So I've just scooted forward. Sorry for that. Thank you for...
Switch the other one on if you wanted.
No, I think this is fine because this is a really good microphone still.
It's not, but okay.
Oh, well then, okay. All right. I think we will be fine. Hello, Godtuzilla! Weekend was pretty decent. Week has been starting off interesting. Excellent. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just make sure that I am speaking in loud volumes and that everybody can hear me. So I'm working on doing some cleanup first before I realized that my mic was being a little funky. We're working on some cleanup here first on a 3D print, and then after that I'm going to be working on the Ork battleship, or battle wagon rather. And so I just want to get some of this tidy. so that it's a little smoother. And I actually think, yes. It's like, where are my clippers? Also, let me just thank Chaos Cultist real quick in text message now that he's gone back inside. Once again, since he helped us out so nicely. Okay. There we go. Thanked him and everything. And then I need this because I want to do a little bit of cleanup here. Because this gets slotted into another piece. And the cleaner it is, the less like barbs or anything that might be on this edge, I think the better will be. Yay! All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think this side is starting to look pretty good, honestly. I'm gonna see if I can get this one little shard that it's a little sharp still. And then maybe a smidgen, an absolute smidgen. Ooh, yeah, that cleaned up nice. All right, chat, this is looking good. Do a little bit in here in the grooves. Nice. Okay. Cool. 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 Like that. Let's get rid of that.
Go with this problem. I want to go with that problem.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, if you and her want to go argue about like who knows the cat better, that would be fine by me. I just don't care anymore.
What? She's what?
Hey guys, guess who actually got the audio fixed? It only took 5 minutes of struggling with the microphone. I apologize for all of the dead air. Yes, we do have the legendary chair cam. Thank you. I am going to go investigate what has happened to the Angela and whether or not she and my mother have slaughtered each other in some kind of in-law fugue state corn berserker stance. It got away from me there, but you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go see what's going on with them, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the chair a little bit longer. I know it's everyone's favorite anyway. Okay, so guys, I went into the other room, and Angela and my mother are speaking to each other very dramatically, in a very hushed, serious, not in a they're doing secrets for me kind of way, but definitely in a I'm worried Angela may have gone off. So I'm just sort of standing here in the garage, pontificating, monologuing, and terrified of what's going to face me in about 5 minutes. Oh boy. I think I need to go deal with the situation in the other room. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm not really sure when she's going to come back. So we're just going to talk about what our schedule is for the rest of December here. So I do apologize if you're here for the pretty lady and not the middle-aged man with the receding hairline, but we'll get back to her in a few minutes. So, plan for the rest of this month with content is this week is probably going to be a big news week for us. You obviously have seen we haven't covered much of what came out for Dawn of War last week, and what we're going to do is we were going to do news last week, but praise be the Space King, they dropped that Kingsmiss episode, so we did the reaction for that. The plan now is the Game Awards are in 2 days. If you don't know what the Game Awards are, just know that a lot of video game trailers and announcements are made there. So, what we are expecting there, if you have watched Valrak at all, you know what we're expecting there, and that is Total War Warhammer 40k. Total Assembly, Creative Assembly, had their preview last week where they showed off the new Medieval 3. That looks very awesome. Showed off Nagash for the end times. Does that mean we're going to get Age of Sigmar? Maybe one day. However, they were definitely coy about the Game Awards on Thursday. And if they're going to drop a big 40k Total War announcement, it does make the most sense for them to drop it when the most eyes are going to be on it, And that's going to be at the Game Awards and not on a Creative Assembly focused stream where you're just talking about Total War people. So am I one of those people who believes the conspiracy theory like Valrak that we're getting 40K and it's being announced on Thursday? Yes. Do I have Valrak sources? Absolutely not. But it does fit the behavior of the company. The other thing I'll go ahead and talk about, since I'm here and I am killing time. God, I cannot tell you how much anxiety I have in my chest right now. Maybe some of you know, dealing with spouses and in-laws. But the great demonic statue in the Mojave. If you have not been keeping up with that, it is probably the most fun thing happening on the internet right now. And what that's really about is, if you haven't looked it up, I think Kotaku, IGN, all of them have articles about it, is in preparation for the Game Awards this week. There is a massive, I would almost call it Oblivion-esque portal, like statue that they've constructed out in the desert that's teasing some new video game. And a lot of games got suggested, and a lot of them have sort of been like cut down as rumors. Like, for example, because it looks very demonic, some people are like, is this the Elder Scrolls? No, they're 5 years from that even probably being previewed, let's be honest. So it's not that. Elden Ring 2, I was optimistic. I was very optimistic it was going to be Elden Ring 2, but it doesn't really work. Doesn't fit. FromSoft's timeline doesn't work for it, and the aesthetic isn't quite right there. The one I was actually really believing for a little while was going to be God of War 2. Or God of War 2, it's already been God of War 2. The next God of War in the new Viking mythos with you know, Kratos and his son now, Loki, or Atreus, or whatever they call him now. However, if you have not been paying attention to Twitter, good for you, but you may not have seen the news about that statue, and that is that a game company in Europe has filed a patent for a logo that bears a symbol very similar to the symbol in the center of that statue. And that company, ladies and gentlemen, are the developers of Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios. They are not making another Baldur's Gate. They've already been very clear about that, and they've all but said they were not happy with their relationship with Wizards of the Coast and all that, and I can understand that. However, Baldur's Gate 3 was not the first RPG series Larian made. Larian owns the Divinity series. A very good Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, great games. The Divinity games before that, very good. Emphasis on good. Not great, but good. CRPGs. And one of the best medieval fantasy dating sims you have ever played, called Dragon Commander. Really recommend it. It goes on sale, but it's like normally $40. It's never like really gone down a whole lot, but I really recommend that game. I don't think it's Neverwinter Nights 4, only because, one, it doesn't really look Dungeons and Dragons-y, both with the new way that WotC is doing it as well as what Larian does, and also because Larian's not doing another D&D game. So I think they're just going to take their engine and make something, you know, in their universe, which was Divinity. Which, I mean, from an outside perspective, if you're not somebody who, like, digs into the nitty-gritty details of different fantasy universes and you're just, Dungeons and Dragons is anything with dungeons and dragons and fighters and classes and mages, then they're basically the same damn thing. But obviously, if you are a big canon fan, no, they are very different. All right. Oh, you know when you're on stage and they're like, stretch. That's what I've been working on right now. I will be right back. Okay, so I think they're wrapping up, so I'll be out of your guys' hair here in just a moment.
All right, I think I'm going. I'm back. And then, do you want to, do you want to entertain? I mean, I've been entertaining for a few minutes now. I've been talking about what I think is going to be happening with the Game Awards announcement on Thursday. Ooh, exciting. All right, let me just make sure she's fine and not she needs any water or anything. Or do you just want to come? No, go ahead. I will do my thing here. I am entirely a man with diagnosed anxiety who is happy if she's going to volunteer to save me any of that. I will thank her for that.
Woohoo! Another Arcanium? That would be cool. I've never played it, but I've seen, essays about it. Because, yeah, it was funny, like, when it first got announced, I was trying to figure out what I could realistically hope for with it. And, that's when my first inclination was Elden Ring 2, because I really like Elden Ring. But it doesn't make sense with what they're doing right now with that multiplayer game, because I think they're releasing a new expansion for it, like, this year. And if they're actually going to have... Like, if Larian's going to announce Divinity Original Sin, I assume they'll do the same thing they've done for most of their games in the past decade, where they'll release, like, Act 1 as the beta, because they actually did that for their games before Baldur's Gate. And I'm hoping maybe this announcement means we'll actually see that beta, in the first, like, quarter. Have I played Fable? Hell yes, I played Fable. Played Fable 1, 2, and 3. Have, opinions on them. Peter Molyneux was actually one of my cited inspirations for when I went into school for game design. Listen, I'm not, maybe his later career, not so much, but his early works, especially. Yeah, the Elden Ring, hoping for Elden Ring 2 is the emotional choice for me. I was in the camp, though, if I'd been placing money on it, I thought it was going to be God of War. The only reason that's been shut down is I think literally, like, people talked to the devs and they were like, no, that's not happening, like, till like 2027 or 2028. Yeah, I played because I think Fable 1 came out when I was like 16, 17 years old. If you haven't ever heard of them, the Dungeon Keeper games on Good Old Games, I think they're on Steam, but get the Good Old Games version for the patching. Dungeon Keeper 1 and 2 are games by the same designer as Fable, and it is spectacular. Let's not talk about Goddess. And let's not talk about any cubes that we tap. I was actually working at a game studio in 2012 or 2013 when Molyneux actually came to our company because he was doing the rounds, like, I think he was trying to get investment capital. But he was pitching that, like, that game where everyone was like tapping on the cube, and then the first person to actually tap on the center of the cube became the god in like the first Goddess game. I have read, I think, one of the like Choose Your Own Adventure Steven Jackson books in my youth, like the Warlock's Tower or something that has a better title than that. But that's like the only one I can remember, and that was like a very long time ago. Played a lot of Munchkin and played like those kinds of games back in my like around 2000 when they were really popular. But yeah, the designer of Fable did a number of really great games before Fable, and we won't talk about after Fable. Black and White as well. If you remember that God game from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Black and White, and less Black and White 2, but the first Black and White, Peter Molyneux, the Fable guy, worked on. A little bit before he went insane, but that was still the point where I think, like, I'm a big fan and proponent of insane geniuses that desperately need restraining, like, handlers on them. Another example of that would be, ethics aside, Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is someone who I think when he wasn't the god of everything in that company, up until a few years ago, he was someone who had great ideas that could be molded well when there were people who could push back on him. Similar thing with George Lucas. George Lucas had that, right? Like, original trilogy, great, because there were a bunch of other guys who were like, actually, let's do this other thing that's better. I'm afraid Oda and One Piece could go this way one day, and I just hope it doesn't. Oh yeah, figuring out the controls for Black and White was like half of the game. I played a bit of EverQuest. I played a lot of MMOs like in the 2000s, and so of course I went back and like poked my head around EverQuest a few times. But what I ended up finding is that obviously, like most people, I ended up playing way too much WoW. Like, I don't know what my final day count in that game was, because I haven't played it since Legion. but I probably lost at least a month of my life into WoW. But like Star Wars Galaxies pre the battle update, now that was my MMO. Definitely my MMO. You know, I thought Angela was just going to make sure that my mother had some water. I don't quite know why it's been taking quite this long. Maybe they're bonding. Maybe that's what's happening. We're going to be optimistic right now. And we're going to hope that they have come to terms over some kind of shared ground. Maybe an annoyance of some kind of behavior that I have or something like that. That a tick, and that way they can, like, bond. I just... I'm going to go check on them. Well, the blades have been put away, so that's probably a good sign, because honestly, you know, it's not so much that, you know, the violence was going to be involved in it. It's just trying to clean up that amount of blood this close to the holidays. It's just something I don't really want to deal with, and it's something that, like, when we had the last slaughter of family in the house, like, the cleaners came in, I had to explain, like, how all that stuff got all over there, and then, so how is everything, Angela?
What?
Here's your mic. It's connected again.
Oh, good. Thank you. Who did we have to have cleaners?
I have been delaying for a while.
I understand. So, chat, I'm really sorry.
I'm gonna go see my mother.
Yes. I'm very sorry for my delay. Let's get back to hobby content, shall we? He may be having a breakdown on screen. What? No, I think we're good. I don't even know what to say. I'm just... It's a time, chat. It's a time. All right, let's get back to this hobby cleanup, right? Because I need to distract myself from the fucking just... I think I might be going insane. You talk. You said that CC is having a breakdown. I think I might have a breakdown. Oh no, you're sad that he left? Oh, well, you know what? That makes me really happy, actually, because I have been trying to convince Chaos Cultist for fucking months that, like, you guys are, like, really into him being, like, active on stream as a chatter. And I'm gonna fucking, hold on, I'm screenshotting this bitch. I'm literally gonna walk over here. And by screenshot, I mean, I'm gonna take a picture with my camera because this is on my phone. Our boy, I love that. Thank you, Levi. Thank you. I'm sharing that with him later. Send your love for CC for how amazing he is. Yeah, so it's been cold. I'm a little bundled today. I will admit, like, guys, I was not feeling dressing up for reasons that are probably very obvious. More CC or Riot? Fuck yeah. Hold on, I'm getting more photos of this. I appreciate you guys so fucking much. He is great. Hell yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm just fucking at my wit's end is what I'm at, guys. I'm fucking going insane. I genuinely don't even know what to say because, like, I don't want to vent. Don't feel like that's very kosher, so I'm not going to. All right, so this is part of an assembly. And I don't know how much CC may have talked about it or not. He probably didn't. I don't know what he talked with you guys about, actually. He is totally the looker in the family, obviously. Oh my gosh, yes, Dungeon Master CC. Dude, I love when he DMs for us. We actually are getting back to our D&D game with our friends Seth and Shay, which you guys are probably very familiar with now that I say it, but there are some people's IDs in chat who I don't exactly. So it's not super cold. I could probably actually do without the jacket. Also, can I just say, rocking, this is fucking how I feel right now. Nothing matters. Smile anyway. That's the mode I've had to be in. Fucking right now. Jesus. I was hiking up my pants. They were sliding down my butt. sliding down my butt. Oh, I left my soda inside. I don't want to go back in there right now. Fine, I'll just leave it. It's fine. I'll just die of caffeine withdrawal. I won't actually. I had some earlier, but God damn. God damn is all I have to say. This is looking pretty good. I'll have to have CC check it later. And I may have to do some slight additional cleanup, but... You missed D&D, Stuart? Did your group stop meeting or something like that? I feel like that happens like way too regularly. We had to take a small break, I will admit, but thankfully everybody's still very pumped to keep playing, so we're coming back with it soon. And I think we'll get to it back into a little bit of a more regular cadence again, depending on how things go. It should be pretty sick. Should be pretty sick. Yeah, I do very rarely wear jeans. That's very true. It's because normally, like, during the summer and spring and stuff, it's, like, way too hot for them. But because it's winter time right now, and I'm spending a lot of time just outside moving at a very slow pace, I need it because I need to stay warm. I need to stay warm. Oh my gosh, you had heart surgery? Holy shit. Oh, I see, your DM had heart surgery. Holy shit. I hope he or she is okay and recovering fine. And maybe after recovery, you guys can get back to your game. Ooh, your group just had your first session this past Friday. Sweet. Or is it a homebrew campaign, Godzilla, or is it a from a book campaign? Oh, and then somebody asked, Levi asked what we're working on. So right now I'm working on cleaning up this 3D print, and I'm being a little nondescript about it just in case somebody watches this and sees it and goes, I recognize those. Because it's technically supposed to be a secret. It's a surprise, but it's for a cosplay piece. So I'm cleaning up this piece for a cosplay piece, and because it has to fit into another piece. So I'm just making sure we've got some really nice clean edges. To work with. Yeah, it's looking good. I think I need the clippers though. It kind of looks like the clouds and rainbows on your shirt. It does kind of look like it because of the little, like, it does. I see what you're saying. If it had colors, especially when it's facing this way because it has like a little bit of like cloud shape, like shape. Homebrew? Oh, a continuation of a campaign from decades ago? How fun. That sounds really cool. Oh my God, was I in there for like 42 minutes talking to her? Oh, Christ, what a waste of my time. So sorry, guys. I did not mean to be delayed for so long. I think I'm worried about pulling too much more of this off because I'm worried it's gonna hurt the integrity of the print in its totality. Totality. Fatality. Hello, Jay Weaver. You got tacos for dinner? Nice. I think I'm ending up making ravioli tonight. Back when you guys were playing AD&D? Oh, man. So are they converting it to like which edition of D&D are they having you play it in? Like, are you playing it still in AD&D, or have they upgraded it to like 5.0 or whatever the current edition is? I mean, I guess that's true. It is what it is. Good. He regaled you with tales of legend. Excellent. 3.6 or 3.5 rather. Okay, cool. Good addition. That's actually the edition I first played on. Although I feel like I didn't play that much in it because I got into D&D around the transition period of like 3.5 moving into 4.0. And while I did, like, look, okay, I know 4.0 was not a good, like, as we knew it, D&D system for role-playing. But I do want to say that I really found what they were attempting to do with the combat within the game in 4.0 to be engaging. I feel like basically what happened in 4.0, if I may give my humdrum opinion, that doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of anything because I am just a dumb girl on the internet. But my humble opinion is that 4.0 was a great system for a board game. Like an adventure board game, kind of like what we'd have with like Gloomhaven and, I mean, hell, fucking Kingdom Death in the beginning and all that kind of stuff. I think 4.0 failed because it really became less of an RPG. Like, it really removed the role-playing portion of the RPG. Like, the RP was just taken out. They're like, here's game. Here's a game, and we removed the RPG portion pretty significantly, and which is why I really liken it to more of like the adventure board games that we see modernly. And I think that's why it failed. Like, I definitely feel that's why it failed. Yeah, exactly. 3.5 was cool because I agree. It did cut through a lot of the bullshit. I also absolutely adore the player's manual from that time period. Rossifer, I've had better days. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's been a rough week, and it's not going to get better until late Thursday night. But otherwise, I'm doing all right. I hope you are having a much better time. Guys, I am, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm unintelligent or anything. I'm just saying that I am dumb. I am just another silly voice putting her opinion out on the internet, and it isn't to be taken with a grain of salt. Oh yeah. No, I'm totally. Absolutely. I am quite safe. I am just dealing with in-laws. Woo, Thursday. Yeah, exactly. Very gamey. Yeah, I do agree with that. It was a good system for Neverwinter. Hello, Dave Hollis. Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine soon. It's just the season for stress. That's all. Okay, I think these look pretty good. I'm gonna set them aside and start pulling out some paints. Spring. Hello. Oh, do you want to check this actually? I think we're looking pretty good.
Cool. Oh, yes, that feels a lot better.
And then, so what I did specifically is, by the way, they loved you. They were like, one person even, I took pictures.
Fine.
Okay. They were like, my boy. So I cleaned up this, like there was a little bit of extra stuff here. Yeah. So I really kind of tried to smooth that down. And then I just got a little bit more out of here. Otherwise we look pretty good. I did notice there's a small gap there, but I don't think it's really noticeable. Like where, like it just like put a little.
It's fine.
Yeah, but that's otherwise looks amazing.
Cool. Thank you. I'm gonna see how it sits.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, paint. That's what I was getting. Let's do this. Okay, so I've got the extra table. Let's make sure that it's balanced properly. There we go. Okay. I believe the last time that I worked on this, I did successfully conclude painting everything that I wanted to be coppery. Although I feel like there is like, I don't know if it's just the color tone. No, I think it's still a little less. I think I need to redo the tip. So basically, because I don't think I've shown this on YouTube yet. So here's the Ork War battle wagon, the Ork battle wagon. CC or Riot. I agree, I agree. Ooh, Moonrakers. You know, I've not played Moonrakers, but I've heard good things about it. Oh my god, I just realized I do still need to actually paint the copper. We did everything on the outside of the ship. So basically, I focused the copper tone on patterns and then anything that might be electrical. Because my thought process with this, and I apologize if some of you have already heard this thought process before, but my thought process with it is this is an Ork battle wagon, right? The mech boys and the weird boys who, or sorry, mech boys and weird boys who might be, wait, it's not the weird boys. What are the electrical ones? Are they weird boys? I'm actually blanking on this now. I know the mech boys would definitely be constructing this. Would they also be the electricians, I guess? Maybe it would just be them. Because weird boys are psychers. So they wouldn't really be doing electric. But anyways, the point is, I figured that the orcs that built the ship would be like, we might kind of know that like this copper stuff makes things carry electricity, and therefore like, and that electricity does magical wibbly jibbly stuff and makes all of our stuff function. Because we believe in it. Tech boys, thank you, Craig, thank you. So the tech boys who might have been building this alongside the mech boys, because I feel like the mech boys would still be in charge of some of these like gears and construction stuff. I thought the weird boys were the psychers though. Zappa Boys. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for, RDGK. Thank you. The Zappa Boys. Is that actually a thing, though? I can't remember. Regardless, you guys know. The point is, electricity, all they get is they're like, the coppery stuff carries electricity. We don't know why, but we know if we attach it, it makes the shooty stuff go zap zap. And so I made all the piping copper, and I realized that we didn't do any of the stuff on the front. So I've weathered this with the steel, but I haven't done anything else there. And there's so many little cables and stuff. Although, okay, here's the thing. I am still going to put some copper stuff up here. I feel like that should be plasma. But because it's more like cable as opposed to tubing. Like I was going more with like the hard case tubing. This is like the rubber cable stuff. I think you're still allowed to like orc things if you cosplay Yarrick. I mean, technically Yarrick just was having a weird yaoi relationship with Gazgal Thraka, so I mean, it's fine. 9 holidays in a row in a tent freezing? God, that sounds like it sucks. I'm so sorry, Jay. Okay. You know, you know what? I think they're gonna have been like, because they just kind of strapped. Okay, look. If you look closely on the inside, you see that cable. It definitely has like metal casings surrounding it that kind of hold it in place, which means to me that it's probably more likely a loose wire than anything else. They're enemies to lovers. That's always how it works. Like if GW would just embrace it, imagine how much great I'm kidding. You guys wouldn't care. The old school yaoi found girl and deep in my soul is going, they would make great yaoi fanfics. Slanesh would be so proud. That's what would be happening. I don't need this color. I need the platinum. Z platinum. Platinum? 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 Where's my platinum? Where is my fucking platinum? There we go. Ooh, that is a bit rude. Chaos Knights is so fun to play though. And isn't it great that you only have to bring like a very, very tiny amount of models for that? I need more squigs on it. I'm sure I can probably like add some. Probably can find some 3D printable ones that I can just add on, since technically these are not like normal squigs anyways, because this is a Cromlech off-brand. You know, honestly, I haven't actually, despite everything, I've actually not looked into that much slash fan fiction for 40K. Now that I think about it, I just kind of presumed like the fans don't really seem to like do that much with it unless it's like Sisters of Battle, in which case then they go ham wild. But like, okay. Yeah, I like this color because it's got a little bit of a yellow tint to it, but it's not obsessively gold. Today was your first day back from work after 10-day vacation. Hey, I'm glad everybody was happy to have you back. They're like, where have you been? Help us. Do I think Lehman Russ is returning? Probably. It would be really, I would be very surprised if they didn't have him return, especially since, much like the Lion, he also could be a perfect person to be pissed off at Gilliman and cause another civil war or whatever. Like, I really, God, I hope 11th edition is not garbage. How's it looking? How's it looking?
Good.
Good.
Well, that's looking cool.
Right? Have you not seen it in a little bit?
No, I haven't. Clamp that on. There we go.
Hell yeah.
So if you haven't seen Chainsaw Man, neither have I. So I don't really know much about this.
That looks sick,
And
though.
hopefully who it's for isn't watching.
Hopefully. It looks really good, though.
Yeah, it does.
It looks sick. Okay, here, you take,
Well, I'm gonna take a photo of you.
Okay.
I'll take the back.
Okay, I'll hold the front. Nice. I'm glad they fit well.
Yeah, I had to shave a little bit, but I got it.
Did you? Okay, I wasn't sure. Like,
It was just part.
I hadn't looked at the actual, like,
I needed the black part too much.
that's entirely fair. That's entirely fair. I don't actually, like, so I've seen it in association with the anime, but I don't know the character very well. She's apparently like a shy character, the sort of like, I don't know, I guess is like standing off to the side, like looking very shy or something. Often in like the background, I don't really know. I have yet to watch Chainsaw Man. I'm too busy watching One Piece. and then frankly doing too many other things, I actually don't get nearly as much time to watch anime as I used to, for as much of a otaku as I used to be. Oh, well, Luke, we appreciate that, and I'm sorry for your loss. Well, they should promote you then and give you more money. And I genuinely mean that. If they actually told you that, use that in your next review. Be like, remember that time I took that vacation and how you said when I came back, everything runs smoother? Maybe I should be promoted to like a manager and help things run smoother just like normally. And then I can kind of plan for those things when I am gone to help you still run things smoother. Like, I legitimately, like, that is a great way for you to, if you have interest in going into management for the store that you work for because you like them, like, fucking use that to your advantage, because otherwise they will take advantage of you for that. And not maybe necessarily intentionally, but maybe unintentionally, but it still might happen. So be careful. Oh yes, the muscles. I've actually been working, because I stopped doing some workouts for a little while, but I've been bringing it back, and I actually feel like I'm starting to get some arm definition really back. What do we think? Oh my God, Craig, so totally true. I mean, that would also, you could also argue for that. Like, if you don't want necessarily to go into management, you could be like, you should pay me more because you like how well I help you run things, right? You want me to still do that without being like a manager and going up quite that high, right? So you can use it to your advantage that way too. Just don't let your job take advantage of you. Take advantage of your job. I miss when like companies actually gave people incentive to stick around. Not that I ever worked during that time, but I'm working on them. So one thing I do miss about my old place is just having a gym really, really, really close by that I just always had access to. That was nice. Yeah, it's looking good. This is looking excellent. Oh, yeah. Nope, hold on. There we go. Oh my God, look how good that platinum looks. Spicy. Dude, Jay, that is how you do it. Did they give you a raise? Please tell me they gave you a raise. Because frankly, that is genuinely how you do it. Because that's not you being like an asshole or anything. That is you going, okay, so you value me then, right? Cool. I would like to be compensated more so that I feel that value you feel in me monetarily, because I need that to survive, to pay my bills, to buy food, etc. Oh, well, thank you, DCachi. I hope I said your name correctly, but genuinely thank you. Also, to be compared or in the same, to be used in the same sentence as Rhea Ripley, my goth mommy. Oh my God, my girl. So I am very jealous of Chaos Cultist because when Rhea Ripley was still in NXT, we got to go see her, and we had front row seats to this particular NXT show in our area, and she fucking winked directly at Chaos Cultist. And I have never been more jealous of him in my life than in that moment. I wanted her to wink at me. Why didn't she wink at me? No, but genuinely, it was great. Luke, thank you so much for being here. Oh, no problem. Go help your other streamer. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you later. I really hope when they asked us for shop achievements for the year, I wrote reduced manpower overhead cost by 50%. Got it. Io Sky is lovely. You know who's also lovely? She's not a WWE wrestler though, is Willow Nightingale. The wrestler of my shirt. God, I love her. I've met her in person. She is fantastic. Your D&D Dungeon Master put a Goliath who looked exactly like Rhea in your game. You used command, and the one-word command was uppies, and the sorceress lifted his hands up to her. That's great. Oh my God. Rossifer, that's fantastic. D-Cash Gaming. Oh. The Kosh Gaming? Oh. Yeah, dude, she is fantastic live. I've actually been blessed to be able to go to a number of NXT events, not in Florida, but when they would do their touring, they would often come to the San Jose area in SF Bay. And so we would always attempt to get tickets for that. And I think that was partially because Bailey's from this area. Like, she's from San Jose. And so, like, and this was when Bailey was still in NXT. Before she had even made her main roster jump and everything. So that was really, really cool. Really, like, honestly, some of the best shows I've ever been to in person. Like, they were great. I've also been lucky to go to some New Japan shows as well in the Bay Area. So, like, locally. Actually, I think, so not last year, but the year before that, when I went to Open Sauce, that was in the Cow Palace at that time. And that's where New Japan would always come in. There was actually posters up, I believe, and I may have shown them in the video. I can't remember now explicitly, but like they had like posters of like various shows that had come through there. And I do think New Japan was on there because it's like, that's kind of where... Basically, the Cow Palace has a lot of wrestling history tied to it. I remember the Young Bucks in a vlog back when they were... Well, they're doing them again now, actually. But being the Elite. But before their long extended break, and now that they've brought it back, like in the olden days, they actually, when they did one of their shows there... I can't remember if it was AEW or if it was before they had, like, AEW was created. But when they did one of their shows there, they talked about it in one of their vlogs, which I thought was really cool. And kind of went over the history of, like, some of what had happened in the Cow Palace. I don't remember the full details of it, but it was really interesting stuff. The new NXT male champ is a unit, is he? I don't know if I've seen the new NXT men's championship holder. Who is it? What's their name? Yeah, I went to a Heels event because I was part of that for a long time. And that was how I was able to do that. They had a show here in SF and they were doing a meet and greet basically for their Heels members, and so I was able to go to that at no extra cost, which was nice. I just had to sign up on like through the Heels membership like page or whatever, and it was a pretty cool thing. Really, really liked getting to meet everybody. God, that feels like ages ago. It wasn't. I think it was like 4 years ago, but like it feels like it was fucking ages ago. I like that. I'm going to show it to you in a second once I've painted his little face. But I love what's happening on the stupid orc, like, skull smushed onto this metal. Okay. It might be kind of hard to see because the paint's drying, but if you look really closely on this orc, yeah, you can't see it. Damn it. He has a little rivet that looks like a perfectly like dotted nose for his orky face, and it's very funny to me. Oh, Aubrey is fantastic. She's also such a fucking nerd. It's so funny. But yeah, no, Aubrey was amazing to chat with. Loved getting to meet her. Like, honestly, the entire group was really cool. Yeah, well, so joining Heels is a membership like subscription basically anyways. Like I think I paid for mine like on a yearly basis, but I do think you could pay for a monthly subscription to it because it's basically like a forum almost kind of like where a bunch of women and anybody else who joins, it's not really like you don't have to be a woman to join it. It's just very like female friendly because it's run by a bunch of female wrestlers, including Aubrey. And I think Leia, well, no, she's not there anymore. I actually don't know who took over. I don't know who took over running Heels, but like it was a really cool program, and I actually really strongly still support the idea of it because it was a very fun thing. They would do like monthly like video chats with us, which was really cool. And then if you were going to a show, like one of their major like pay-per-views, then oftentimes they would schedule a meetup in one of like the hotel spaces somewhere nearby the stadium or whatever. And sometimes they would do events like you might have seen in some of the old vlogs, some of the like the bowling events and stuff like that. So Heels always participated in those, which I think generally tended to be like charity things. And so I could have even gone to that, but that was like during the day and I had something else planned. So I ended up not going to that one. But the actual meetup where we got to just like meet people was in the evening. So I definitely made sure to go to that. And that was like genuinely just such a cool experience. But yeah, because it was part of basically like my fee had already been paid by being a subscribed member of the program. That's true. Heels was also a great show on Stars, and you have no idea why it stopped. You know, I don't know either. I don't know what caused that to get canceled. Because isn't that what happened to Stars? Is it got canceled? I'm assuming it just wasn't as popular as the studio wanted it to be, and they cut it. If I'm honest, but ain't that the way? You're gonna put the Shadow Sword on a Baneblade? Sick. Oh yeah, Mox is super lucky being married to Renee. I completely agree. Dude, okay, speaking of Renee, did any of you guys watch Hey EW? The program that was being hosted by RJ City for like fucking 150 some odd interviews or something like that. Well, okay, if I can just be an asshole right now, it's because CM Punk and AJ Lee went on the show that I'm going to say that it failed then. Sorry, I am not a big CM Punk fan. I have actually nothing against AJ Lee. I don't care. She was great when she was wrestling. I have not really enjoyed what she's been doing modernly. Her reintroduction into the company actually infuriated me. So not because she came back, but because of the way that they did it. Like the way that they brought her back was infuriating to me personally. And I have never liked CM Punk. I gave him a chance when he was in AEW and he just ruined it. And then I have continued to not like him ever since then. Because I came in with a very biased opinion against the man and he basically proved that opinion right. And I was like, cool, I still don't like him. Orc ship on a Baneblade? There we go. Let's put the Orc ship on a Baneblade. Just give it wings. This isn't even how big it actually is. It's going to have a mast, a guy with a harpoon, and then a guy holding a sail, and there's two big-ass wheels that go on the sides here. That's why there's holes here and here. So, yeah, I've just never been a big fan. Here's my problem, to give a very brief rundown as to why. Too many people sucked his dick in regards to his talent, and even though he wasn't basically, I came into pro wrestling as CM Punk was leaving pro wrestling. So I never saw his him coming back into AEW content. I never watched any of that. I have of course heard the pipe bomb. Honestly, it leaves me whelmed. I understand how it would be super fucking impactful at the time it was originally delivered, but seeing it retrospectively and with a defined opinion of the man who gave it already in head, it leaves me whelmed. Hello, Rob. How you doing? And so I just, like, basically everybody was like, oh, CM Punk is so good. CM Punk is so good. He was out when I was coming in. And then there was all the rumors about him going to UFC. And we all know how that career went. It was a joke. And so I was sitting there going, okay, so this really like popular pro wrestler guy is kind of a joke in UFC. And so was he just like, in my head, I was just like, so he must have just been popular because he was a good talker. And I don't get me wrong, CM Punk can work a mic beautifully, hence the pipe bomb and all of that, right? Like what a beautiful delivery. But honestly, he is such a hypocrite to me, and I can't get past that. You're gearing up to play some solo board games? Excellent. I did watch some of AJ Lee's performance before she left WWE. I've actually seen more of her stuff than I've even seen of her husband's, which is why I think I have a little bit more respect for AJ Lee. And I know part of why she probably came back is because the man who was, I think, a big antagonizer for her back when she was working with them originally was gone. But oh man, does it feel real shitty in my mouth to be like, oh, AJ Lee's back in WWE, that place she reviled and like really went off about for like years about how like shitty they are and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess I'd want to work with my partner too, if given the opportunity in that circumstance. But like, and then she came back She came back and Becky Lynch acted scared of her, even though she hasn't fucking wrestled in like a decade. And I'm like, she's fit, but she's not a wrestler. Becky, you're the man. What are you goddamn doing, girl? I am not an ex-wrestler. I have never wrestled a day in my life, Stuart. Not a single day in my life. Nor will I probably ever. I am frail and asthmatic. And did I mention easily broken? Somebody would just toss me and I'd just break into a bazillion pieces. Which is one of the reasons I have the utmost respect for all female wrestlers and all wrestlers in general, because holy shit, do those people put their bodies through a lot of nonsense for our entertainment. And I appreciate them for it. Because I don't think I could do it. I think this needs like one more layer on this section, and then I'll show you guys what I've done. Basically, for the platinum, I am trying to do any of the specifically shaped emblems that are like any skulls, any triangles, any like teeth emblems, any zigzag patterns, like basically any other pattern that I haven't already painted in copper because it's specifically tied to electricity or mechanical stuff. I'm definitely painting in platinum because I really like what this is doing. You don't watch? That's fair. That's absolutely fair. To be honest, I don't actually currently watch much wrestling either. I am not hugely fond where either company is right now. I'm more warming back up to, I think, AEW than I am WWE right now. But I've definitely fallen out of like enjoying watching it because the programming has just gone. I mean, CM Punk is a major focus in WWE. I'm not a big Logan Paul fan. The fact that they brought Brock Lesnar back pisses me off. I really, really don't like the way that they've handled John Cena's retirement. Yeah, I did hear that, and my condolences to him on his dog passing. Yeah, I'm sure it's been tough for them. Losing a pet and a family member in that manner is very, very hard. That's a matter of opinion, but I don't think it's fake. It's definitely planned, but they're still putting their bodies through that. Sure, absolutely. You want to see some progress? Let me just finish up this one skull that I know needs a little bit of a touch-up. And we'll show you. Yeah, here you go. So we put platinum on all of the skulls and emblems on this side. Ooh, your puppies are outside playing. Very, very nice. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm getting my wrestling is from Wrestle Talk. Did I just put my hand in wet paint? Thank goodness I did not. But yeah, there's the progress. And I think... Debating something real quick. Okay. Do I... Okay, I need to work on the very back because this will help me determine something I want to do on potentially the front. There we go. Do you think this is going to look pretty cool? I don't know why I started with this piece. I really should do the piece that I need to test to determine the other thing at the front, but it's fine. It's fine. It was a big, really cool looking orc lower jaw, and I was just like, I want to paint that. I want to work on a big flat surface for a moment. I just want to work on a big flat surface. Something easy to paint, and then I'm going to whack the entire thing very deliberately fucking into my table because I'm an idiot. Okay. Ooh! You're going to get second Soulblight Battle Force so that you can build out your Blood Knights and everything and get those other characters, I'm assuming. I definitely am going to be putting some rust effects on this down the line. I want to get all the painting portion done first, and then we're going to add a variety of powders. I don't think I'll be using the AK ones specifically, because I just have my Tamiya brand ones, which I've really been enjoying using. But they function, I think, very similarly, so same concept. Which will be fun. I say as I feel like my voice just cracked like I was going through puberty. Excellent. Okay, that looks good. Now let's start doing this. Do I want to encircle that instead of with copper, with the platinum? I think I do, because then I can just make all of them platinum. So I do think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Which is a wee bit annoying since I technically already painted it, but should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, I like what that's doing. It will need a couple layers though, because that copper is bright and very orange. Very orange, if you didn't know. The battle forces come with 10 knights in the Dracolithan Vordarai. Okay, cool. You use the rust effects on your Titans and you love the effect. I've heard great things about it. I've heard wonderful things about the rust effects from AK. And I've used some of AK's products before, just not specifically that one. I'm so glad that you're having the cage off your leg has made your sleep so much better, Craig. That's great. That is fantastic news. Okay, so basically what I did is before I had that in copper all the way around it, and now I've done it in the platinum. That way I can do like these portholes on the side here in platinum and do a couple other things and it'll be cohesive. Even though, I mean, technically with orcs, it doesn't have to be cohesive, but I kind of want it to be slightly cohesive. Okay, let's not switch angles yet, Angela. Be smart. Be smart. Oh my God, there's a checker pattern I didn't even notice there. Fuck a duck. Hello, Walda. It is lovely to see you. Thank you for watching from España. Nice. Oh, that's excellent. I apologize. My Spanish is garbage. So I can say very little, but I do understand a lot of what you've said. I can read it okay. Okay. Poco. But my speaking it is garbage, so I do apologize. You're having foot surgery on Monday to get a toe from 20. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it gets fixed for you because that sounds rough. I would be so upset. I'm not going to lie. I'd be so upset. And by upset, I mean I'd be freaking the fuck out. I've never broken any bones, so the idea of that terrifies me. Genuinely terrifying. I hope it goes well for you as well. I hope that is I hope it's a relatively easy surgery and you're just like in and out and it's good. And then you never have to think about it again. Don't say what? Sorry guys, there's a little bit of a delay. So when you say something, you're probably responding to something I said a little while ago. So I'm not quite 100% sure what you're asking me not to say, Stuart. Really? Holy shit. Ooh. Oh, not to say that I've never broken a bone? I've said it plenty of times. I don't believe in those superstitions. But I understand and I will not repeat it further. Just to be safe. And mostly to ease your mind. Ooh, I've also had staples and stitches as well. I had stitches put in my eyelid once, which was real fucking uncomfortable. Although I don't really remember it super well anymore at this point because it was ages ago. Like I was like, I think 5 or something when that happened. Your English is bad. Have what particular more? I understand, Walda, and that's totally fine. Don't even worry. Oh my gosh, really? Dude, Stuart, I'm so sorry. Like, I understand why you might believe in that superstition then, because that would probably prove it to me too. I promise I will be extra careful for the next 24 hours. Got it. I understand. Well, hey, that's not too bad then. At least you have a timeline of Oh, about the stitches? Yeah, so fun story about that. So just to clarify, because you're probably going like, what the fuck happened? I was enrolled in a soccer program, like football for you European folk, but soccer for those of you in America. So I was playing soccer. I was like below 5. I might have been 4 or 5. I can't remember. I don't think I was younger than that though. And I know I wasn't older than that because this happened like a long time ago. You can't even see the scar or anything anymore. But basically what happened is I was playing, I tripped on my shoes because they came loose. This kid who wasn't supposed to have these kinds of cleats on had metal cleats on. And I had tripped right by where the ball landed because I went to go kick it. And just missed and fell forward. My head was near the ball. Kid with metal cleats went to go kick the ball. Also missed, but hit my face. And he kicked me right above my eye, thankfully, not blinding me. But yeah, I could have been blinded. Hello, no, come back here. I want to give you a hug. Chat was very excited. Guys, I'll be right back. I want to go grab a draw, and I think it's inside, and we're not sure where it is. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to mute you. Hello, I have returned. But yeah, so basically that's what happened is I was playing soccer. I was very young. Kid was wearing a type of cleats he wasn't supposed to be wearing. I think he got kicked off the team. I don't know if anything else happened to him, considering he sent me to a hospital to get stitches in my eyeball. Not actually my eyeball. It was like it was above it. It was on like the eyelid. But I just remember like my face being really fucking itchy for weeks because of the healing stitches. But down the line, it wasn't so bad. And obviously I never lost my vision or anything. if it's why I have bad eyesight. No, there's too many family members in my family that have bad eyesight. So I don't think it's tied to that. Oh, right. No, I love this plasma pistol. I haven't fully decided exactly how I'm painting it, which is why it's been sitting here unpainted for ages. But like this prop, like I need to determine colors. I know that for the actual glowy like bits here, the plasma portion, I'm leaning towards either two colors, and I'm actually wearing both of them. Either I want to do a teal blue. Hello, Lucen. It is lovely to see you. How you doing? How you doing? So like, I either want to do it in a bright, like classic blue plasma, leaning on that teal blue, or pink, like fuchsia pink. Not quite like this baby pink, although this would be probably some of the highlight colors going into a pure white, but like a fucking fuchsia pink. Like think Vulpus pink and then like highlighted to hell until you get to a pure white, and just, I think it would look beautiful. You think pink? I think I'm probably gonna go pink. And then after that, I just need to determine like what colors I want to actually make the blade or the thing itself. I think the first step is honestly, I should probably just prime the whole damn thing in black. And then, well, maybe mask this portion. Or should I just do that in black too and then mask around it so that I can then prime it white afterwards? Because so we've set up our spray booth, and I want to use the spray booth to do the plasma. I just want to practice a little bit beforehand. All right, let's get back to some painting. And also I'm going to check my phone real quick. All right, there we go. Black and pink does make a good combo. I want to do like, I definitely want to add like a sort of metallic in there. It could be a black metallic. It doesn't have to be like a silver or gold or anything like that. But I wanted to do like a dark, almost gunmetal, I guess, probably metallic. Okay, let's go back to the back. Don't lose focus, Angela. I know your brain's all over the place right now because of reasons, but it's fine. Just try to focus on painting. Just try to focus on painting. Purple blended in the pink would be very cool. So not with this one, Levi. I do want to, down the line, look at potentially upgrading some props to having LEDs, but I have not gotten to that point yet. And I am not somebody who is capable of 3D modeling my own stuff and then like designing my own stuff from scratch and then printing it. Right now, like everything that I've 3D printed has been an STL somebody else has designed. Some of them I've paid for, some of them have been free. And it'll probably remain that way because I really don't expect that I am going to be doing that much 3D modeling in my near future. I mean, who knows? I could say this and then end up being completely wrong down the line, but I don't really feel like that's the direction I'm going at the moment. And so it's really what I can find available. Plasma purple would look cool though. Okay, I don't actually like that I painted that. I'm gonna lift some of the color back off as much as I can and then repaint it in the steel before I move on. Yeah, no, so I actually, so speaking of gunmetal, let me show you the Imperial knife that we've been working on. So you guys might remember this. Spent a fair amount of time sanding and smoothing it. We've painted it, and you can see that the blade is painted in Citadel gunmetal, lead belcher specifically. This is their lead belcher color tone. So, which honestly has a very nice sheen. And then we primed the hilt in actually their Rune Lord brass, which I really, really like. So that's been coming along well. Yeah, I felt that way back in art college when I had the opportunity to learn it back then, and I still feel that way now, even though I do know there are massive advancements that have been made in the technology from when I was back in college in 2010. But it still overwhelmed the fuck out of me, so I really did not want to. My brain went, ow. Okay, we have to fix this. Because I hate what I did. I hate it. In comparison to the other side, which just looks so much better, I fucking hate it. All right. Did I seal? I think I sealed this accidentally. Okay, there we go. Got a smidgen out, which is all I need. I almost stuck my brush right back in the color I'd previously been using. Okay, yeah, that's immediately knocking it back down, which is what I wanted, because yeah, like I love this color. I love this platinum color. It just wasn't looking good on this particular shape or texture. Absolutely, Rob. Please have fun. And we'll see you when you get back if you do. And if you don't, because you just get stuck into your game, by all means, enjoy your game. CC is, we have both been having a little bit of a rough week, I will admit, because we have family visiting and it's just been rough. And I'm just going to leave it at that so that you can go back and watch the 40 minutes he had to entertain y'all, because I had to go deal with some things earlier, if you want to later. I heard it was entertaining. I heard it was quite entertaining. Chat loved it, apparently. But yeah, he was actually out here for like 42 minutes or something by himself, essentially, because I had to deal with some things. And then that took way too fucking long. You've been grinding B07. My brain is too tired. Can you remind me what that is? I agree. We always need more CC. Ooh, you've been wanting to do a power fist for a display piece? Oh my God, Levi, that would be so cool. I have not looked up good power fist prints yet, but I think that'd be so fun. I do know at one point he was discussing what was coming at the Game Awards, or the Game Awards this Saturday or Thursday, and which has me really excited. If you guys have seen the big statue, everybody's been like, "What's this? What's this?" I think it's not like officially confirmed, but it feels like it's basically been confirmed that it is in fact tied to a new Larian project. And I, for one, am very hyped for that. Should be really cool. Oh, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Got it. Sorry. Black Ops 7. Okay, it's the BO7. I'm sorry. I'm so used to seeing COD to identify something as Call of Duty because I never have played them. And if I have, it's been like so brief that it was insignificant and I don't remember it. Because those are not my types of games. Like I am not like a Call of Duty or Battlefield or Halo even really. Like I played some Halo. That's the one I've played the most of the three of them. But even Halo was mostly the story stuff and that I didn't get that far into. Whereas like the multiplayer stuff I have not done much with. So what's your feeling on Black Ops 7? Because I thought COD had like sort of mixed reviews to that release. Because that's the newest one, right? That's the one that like just came out. With like, aren't you fighting like a giant dude? Or something at the end as your like final boss and it's total bullshit? Or is that one of the other ones? Lightning claws would be super cool. I completely agree. Ooh, what cool sharp-looking teeth you have there, Grandmama. So there's the back. Do you think I should do these big rivets? Oop, hold on. On this panel in the platinum too, or should I just leave them? Maybe I'll do them. I think I'm just gonna leave them. They pop really nicely against the wash that I ended up getting into that, which is nice. Fallout is coming out on December 17th. And my guys, at Costco, if you enjoyed Jones Soda, Costco is selling a multi-pack that comes with a bottle cap shaped bottle opener and actual bottle caps as well, on top of a bunch of sodas that are both Sunset Sarsaparilla, Nuka-Cola Quantum, and Nuka-Cola Grape. And they're selling them currently at like Costco for like 24 bucks. I bought some for the premiere. I cannot wait. It does. It needs to bloody hurry up. I agree. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy with how this ship is turning out. Like it's looking sick. Guys, I feel really bad that I'm leaving Chaos Cultist in there to just deal with people by himself. Like, I appreciate that I was able to do this, and I really thank you guys for being here with me. I just wanted to express that I kind of feel guilty. I know this is my job, and I need to make sure that I'm keeping content going, but I feel bad. I hope he's okay. Thank you. Thank you. work on the other side of the front of the ship so that we'll have a really nice cohesive front. And it should look pretty darn cool, if I do say so my humble self. As the one painting it and making all the decisions on the project. Clearly, I am a genius, and we will see that in a moment. At this point, I'm just sort of talking to talk, so I do apologize. He felt bad for me? Well, don't worry, I wasn't suffering. Oh, no, I honestly, like, and to be legit, like, I wanted him to leave me in there by myself. He didn't need to be a part of that conversation. That was a conversation we had to have. Because I'm sick of the bullshit. All right, now's the tricky part. The top edges of everything. Anyone building space bears? Like Jazz's space bears? Is that am I understanding that reference that you're trying to make there? It's looking sweet. Nice. I've never built any. I watched Jazza back when he was actually crafting that particular army for himself, and building the lore around it, and that was a lot of fun. But I never really followed up on it. And while I do have some, I believe he was working with war puppets to make those. Am I mistaken on that? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was the company War Puppets. And while I have bought some things from them, not that much. But very fun concepts. I mean, it kind of felt like he basically took a page from the Space Wolves a little bit. But, you know, still very, very cool. You suck at resin printing? Me too. I hate it actually, which is why I mostly MDF print. Like this prop, like the knife, the plasma pistol, these shoulder pieces that you see with the Aquillas, like my Imperial Guard shoulder pieces. Is the helmet somewhere? The helmet's somewhere. Oh, it's upstairs. All extrusion printing. They're all PLA, not resin. I tried resin printing. Unfortunately, like, just really did not enjoy it. Once they get it to the point where I really don't have to touch the damn thing until it is cleaned and ready for me to handle, I have gone that way. MDF, the problem is it also weighs way fucking more than PLA does. I've tried, like, so, like, I have some MDF terrain pieces. I would never want to sculpt a prop out of MDF. Like, I just don't feel like that'd be flexible enough. Like, I'd rather go into EVA foam sculpting for props before going MDF direction. Like, for maybe terrain or something, or as a foundation for terrain would be fine. Because like I said, I have some. I have a cool Necron piece that's actually all MDF. I might have a couple of them, or if I remember correctly. I don't know how, like, I have a stack over there and I don't know if it's like multiple or if it's all one and it's just a really big piece. I think it's multiple though. And so that was really cool to get. I don't know. I didn't like working with it as much. It was so heavy. And I'm weak. Despite my guns. Also, welcome back, Rob. It's lovely to see you. Hello, Predators. How you doing? We're doing all right. It's been a little bit of a rough session for us today. But it's fine, and I'll be getting over it, and they'll be gone in 2 days. 2 days and May Towers or whatever. No problem. We'll see you when you get back. I don't know where that jingle came from, but it was stuck in my head for a moment. And it's definitely not tied to what I'm listening to because I have like I would call it throat singing happening in the background right now. It's very Dune, the music I'm listening to. It might also be the Mechanicus soundtrack. I don't know. That particular song I was not as familiar with, but it definitely had Dune-y vibes. It was like, ah. But like a way cool, more like masculine tone. Krampus and Christmas, am I ready? No, not even remotely. Although I would love to watch Krampus again. What a great movie. God, I love that film. Talk about like just a perfect holiday film. You still get the like warm, fuzzy togetherness feeling of a family coming together in the holidays to give you that, you know, classic vibe, but then it's also coated in horror with some of the coolest practical props or practical effects that I have seen in a long time, and I fucking love it. You mean on Instagram? It's because her account got banned. But yeah, no, Shay's doing great. She's still posting plenty on her other socials, Twitter, etc. She just doesn't have an Instagram account right now, if that's what you're specifically asking about, Lucen. Because unfortunately, Instagram decided she was naughty. And so they removed her account and made it so she can't make new ones. Or something like that. I don't actually know the full details, but Oh gosh, no, the Krampus movie is amazing. Completely agree. And if you guys have not seen the Krampus movie, like genuinely go watch it. It's fantastic. If you like old school practical effects in horror movies, you're gonna love Krampus. It's also like you get to watch just like this maniac in a giant robe torment this family. It's so funny. There's some teeth. Let's not forget those teeth. Oh, it's the upper jaw to the lower jaw that we were painting earlier. Okay, that is looking good. Well, thank you. I put in a lot of effort in there, so I appreciate you saying so. Okay, here's the one thing I do think I have to do. I think I have to repaint these other teeth. Did I just hear a knock? Hello? Okay, I'm going to assume not since no one opened the door. But I think I have to repaint these copper teeth in this color just to make it a little bit more cohesive with everything else that I've done. Which is fine. In actuality. Oh my gosh, I understand that completely. Dude, for a long time, my Instagram account was actually shadow banned. Like, not fully banned, but they were definitely stopping growth happening. Thankfully, I have corrected that. But, yeah, that kind of sucked for a while. Which I'm like, which just is crazy to me because of some of the stuff other stuff I see posted by other people on that platform. I'm like, how am I getting banned when that person's doing that? Oh, right. They have a bazillion more times followers than me. That's probably what's doing it. Okay. Let's get a little bit more up here. That needs a touch up for sure. Oh, yeah, I completely agree. I've seen way worse than anything Shay was doing on IG all the time. But again, she was a small account and therefore not making Instagram, aka Meta, enough money, and therefore. Bam. Very silly. Or at least that's my presumption of how it kind of worked. I'm sure they will claim some other bullshit, but that's my small account not making us any money. Get out of here. Get out of here. It's midnight for you. Well, good night, Stuart. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening, and I hope you had an enjoyable time. Get some rest, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Okay. Now that I feel like the outside is fully hit with the platinum, I'm going to show it to you guys. We're going to do a once over. See if we catch anything that doesn't look like I painted. So, okay, here's what we're looking for. I want to do... Oh, Craig, you also leaving? Good night. Have a lovely rest of your day. Got it, got it. Well, good night, everybody who is leaving us, and hello to anybody that may have just joined us. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, the wheel. Okay, so outside of the wheel, what we are looking for is anything that looks like teeth, a orc face of any variety, lower, upper jaws, or upper heads or whatever, triangles with no rivets in them, and then that is pretty much, oh, and then any sort of checkered pattern should have some of this on it, except unless it's already got two. If it's got not steel, then it should be fine. So basically we're checking things, and I think I've got it all, because all of the like pictures are mostly at the top. Oh, I just remembered. Thank you, chat. You completely reminded me. You didn't, but by showing it to you, it reminded me. I need to print portholes. We decided that the portholes were also going to be in this color, and I haven't painted those yet. You know what? Because I've just been sitting down and, well, my anger hasn't subsided, but it's at least at a simmer. No, I only did the one, but not all the other ones. I fixed the one that I was doing the test on, and then I did the one that I was doing the test on to prove to myself that I wanted to do it. And I have not done that yet. Any yellow or red on the boat? Down the line, yes. But not yet. Basically, I'm trying to get all of my metallic tones on first so that I can do all my weathering on that and start then moving on to my like more saturated colors. The orcs themselves will be very bright and colorful. But I actually wanted the ship to be relatively like, not tame, but a very metallic hodgepodge of colors. Like I wanted to be very natural, I guess. Because my particular orcs that I run are, oh my god, I always forget the combination of the two because it's beast snagas, so the very natural guys who like dye some of their leathers with piss kind of dudes, like those guys. What are the new orcs that ride like? They're like the half naked ones. They almost look feral, but they're not. Beast Snaga? Is that what's called? Beast Snaga? Snakebite? Yes. So I run the Snakebite Beast Snagas is what I tend to run for my orcs. That's the clan I go with and then the guys that I go with. So I have been leaning towards a lot of like natural tones because they aren't going to necessarily use a lot of dyes unless they are natural because that's kind of their vibe. Which is why with these, like when they have to do something in metallics, they keep it like pure and clean is sort of my thought process behind their logic. Burnt copper is a cool color. Very true. Hold on. I just realized I didn't do a very good job cleaning that up in there. Okay, got that side cleaned up. Oh, well, thank you, Predator. I'm sure the holidays are going to be fun. I don't know if I'm necessarily like looking forward to them. I don't really have any big plans for them this year, so, which is fine. That's actually kind of the plan. That was the goal. Thank you. Oh, thanks. The my jacket, yeah. I got it at the game I went to this year, so that was fun. It's my sort of souvenir from the trip. You're gonna go order the Eldar Battle Pack, but order the NEC Horror Mystery Box instead? NECA. NECA? Is NECA like a toy brand? Am I like misremembering this? Can you clarify, Everett, for me? Because I'm like, I apologize, guys. Because I have family over and it's fucking exhausting me. Like, my brain is fried. And so acronyms right now are really hard for me and I don't know why. So if I have to have you clarify an acronym, please know that I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to be ignorant. I am genuinely just not placing the acronyms and or the brand names if that is what this ends up being. True, true. Okay, that one I think I didn't. Okay, oh my God. Oh no, I stuck my paintbrush in the paint, but not in the way that I wanted to. Okay, it is an action figure company. Okay, I thought it was. Am I remembering correctly that they predominantly are known for the horror lines? Didn't they do a bunch of like the oh my God, the all the stuff that like Allie's into, Bunny from formerly of AEW. She, I think, really likes their stuff because they do all the like Chucky and like those slasher horror films that she loves. Oh no, or the Eagles not performing well this year. I'm so sorry. I think the 49ers have been doing pretty decently. I will admit, I am not a football fan specifically, so I have not been following them. But I was able to go to a preseason game where basically they had a great comeback from behind and it was pretty fun. And the last that I had heard, which was, I don't know, I think still before like football season officially started, they had continued that trend, that weird trend of kind of sucking at the beginning and then absolutely getting like an insane, like basically turnover that ends up scoring them a bunch of points and they were kicking ass. So no, I'm curious if that's continued. They're 9-4 at the moment? Cool. I'm glad to hear that they're doing well. They would be in the playoffs at the start today? Neat. Very, very cool. Oh, is that still wet, actually? Is that other color still wet? Yes, kind of. Enough that I can activate it with some water, which is great because I noticed, I think I chipped something here. I don't even know when, but definitely did because that is raw fucking resin. Okay. You played both 3 yesterday on your PS5 and it was a crazy game? That's awesome. What made it crazy? And who are you playing as and against? Human versus vampire and you lost? Oh no! Ah, cool. You must be pretty excited that the Seahawks are so high ranked this season. Okay. I am going to briefly pop inside just to make sure Chaos Cultist isn't losing his mind. And check on things. I'm also going to potentially actually I can do that afterwards. But I do want to check on Chaos Cultist and make sure he's doing okay. So I will be right back. I'm gonna leave you guys here with Chair. Chair will take good care of you. Thank you for subscribing, Leo. And I'll be right back, chat. We're doing all right. Got it. Those should be very exciting then. Fun to hear, honestly. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Portholes, portholes, portholes. That was almost an error of maximum proportion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're going to be going for about 30 more minutes, and at 5 o'clock, I will be wrapping up today's stream because I got to start getting dinner made for everybody. I don't remember if I did see your post about your YouTube recap. Although I have gotten a couple messages from various people that I was in their in their top 3, which was really cool. I'm not surprised that I'm your number 1, Havman. Appreciate that you follow along with pretty much everything that I have done and been basically here for every stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And coming up on your 2-year anniversary as a member, congratulations on that as well. That's really cool. Oh, well, thank you, Lucen. I haven't heard that enough today, actually, so I appreciate you. I mean, chat's been pretty good about it, but I could use that positivity. Thank you, thank you. Your number 1 is the one that you watch most nights to help you sleep. That makes complete sense. Oh, I was your number 2? Sick. Oh my God, yay! I am very excited, but not exactly shocked that some of my most prevalent chatters have me in their top slots for their YouTube roundups. Thank you guys. Genuinely, that is very, very cool to me. It makes me very happy. That's honestly an uplifter that I feel like I needed today. So thank you. Oh, you did it on IG? Got it. I don't know if I've seen that yet. Hold on. Let me check. I admit I haven't been on there recently because I've just outside of posting my mandatory things, I have not. Oh my God, I'm yawning too much. I have not been super up to date with following things or seeing things. Carpetbagger is your number 2. I don't think I know that YouTuber. What kind of content do they make? That doesn't surprise me, Havman. That doesn't surprise me even remotely. I do think my number one might be the MST3K channels because I use them to sleep at night. I just have like either Joel or Mike and Crow and Servo just like yapping in the background as they riff on. Well, it depends on who I'm watching. If it's Joel, it tends to be a lot more of like the black and white era stuff. And then if it's Mike, it tends to be more of like what Sci-Fi Channel was making him watch. So man, I'm trying to, sorry if you see me like fucking with my hands. I'm trying to get like this particular pop out of one of my knuckles and I can't. And it's so tight. Like I feel like it wants to go. Come on. Oh, that was in my wrist. Uncomfortably so. Crunchy. You watch ASMR pretty much every night. That's completely valid. Like, I get it. ASMR doesn't help me sleep, weirdly enough. I can sleep with just like normal chatter, but like this sort of soft ASMR stuff does not actually like help me sleep a lot. But I know it helps a lot of people. Oh, they do roadside attractions and theme parks. Dude, that sounds sick. Like, are they going and like visiting them like specifically? Because that's really cool. Nice. What a fun group of people that everybody watches. Forgot what I was doing for a second. I was like, porthole. You were on the upper one, Angela. That's what we were working on. And specifically, we were trying to paint the insides of those portholes. Because we can actually, oh! It's okay, it's fine, everything's fine. Nothing happened. Nothing. Nothing happened. We avoided another crisis. Oh! Hey, so chat, how many of you guys have played Dispatch? Aw, well, thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy our content and find us hopefully charming, or some variant of that. Entertaining, at least, I guess is what I should say. You find us entertaining. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay, but how many, like, yeah, I know Havman's only watched me. Does anybody else played and or watched other people play Dispatch? Because there's a question that like has really been irking me, and I want to ask somebody who's maybe like seen multiple endings or like played it multiple times themselves, like getting different results or having different conversations. Because there's one key thing that I really feel like doesn't make sense to me, and it's what I want to discuss. Oh, well, thank you, Everett. I appreciate that. Okay, I think the only other porthole I need to do is the upper front one and this mid one. So I'm going to do the mid one first. You've not seen or played it yet? Okay, well then I won't. If there's people in chat who have not seen any of it, I'm not going to spoil things, because I do what I want to discuss is definitely spoilery. I mean, I guess it's not really that spoilery, because like we all know who the villain is. And when it comes to the guy hunting for the astral pulse. I should just look this up, this burning plot hang up that I have, and just see if anybody's actually justified it. Okay, because basically, bye Levi, thank you for watching, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and get some good sleep tonight and have a lovely tomorrow. Because here's the thing, okay, I apologize if this is spoiling. I don't really think it's going to be. The Shroud's introduced pretty fucking early as our lead antagonist, and we know he is from chapter 1 after Mecha Man because of the Astral Pulse. The thing I don't understand is, in one of my conversations with another character in the game, who had a conversation with my father character in the game, whom I never actually speak to because he's dead. Not a spoiler, that's just canon. That character who I'm talking to my father about tells me that my dad was a mechanical engineer and that he specifically was not a science lab nerd guy. Like, that was very explicitly clear, because then the bro who's talking about this reveals that he's both. He is both a mechanical engineer and a electrical, like, engineer sciencey dude. Like, he is lab science and mechanical science all wrapped into one beautiful package. And the thing that bothers me is that we fucking know, because they said it in the game, that Shroud created the Astral Pulse for his father because his father was not smart enough to do that. Now, you could argue that maybe, like, and so basically my question is, why the fuck, when Shroud thought that the Astral Pulse had been destroyed, did he not just make a new one? If he made the original one, why is he even going after Mecha Man and not just making a new one? Was there something his father, like, did that, like, was his father actually science lab guy and he just didn't really, like, give the other character that I was talking to that vibe? Or is this just like a really big weird plot hole that is completely left open or that has been answered and I'm just missing. Because I basically like I love the game. Absolutely loved the game. But I was thinking about the ending going, wait a minute. Why would he even need the original? Wasn't he the creator? Couldn't he just make a new one? What's stopping him from making a new one himself? He clearly has the red versions. So what juice made it blue that he's unable to achieve when it's clearly implied, almost explicitly, that main character's father was not the guy that made the Astral Pulse. That he had to specifically bring his buddy in to make it for him because he was not smart enough to do so. So I'm like, why is he even going after him? Like, why is any of this happening? And the answer to that question is because if it didn't happen, because if he didn't need it and somehow just need to get it from the original one, then there would be no point for this plot and therefore the game wouldn't exist. That's the answer to probably my question. But it just seems like a little bit of a glaring problem. Or at least like one that I've been thinking about way too long and hard about and going, did I just like miss something? I mean, I could have just missed something. Like there's probably something in the game, maybe a conversation I had or didn't have rather, because I didn't make like a specific choice and get that dialogue route where that was like explained. But I don't know. It struck me as somewhat sus. A little bit sus. And or maybe I'm just looking into it too much and I'm overthinking it and I should just enjoy how cool the story was. That's probably likely too. Okay. Come on, Angela. Steady hand, please. Keep a steady fucking hand. There we go. Okay. All right, and then the last thing that I need to do with this color, and I do need a little bit more of it, is the interior and the wheel on the outside, but then it's mostly just interior stuff. I mean, that is what it is, but like, why could Shroud not make that advanced version himself again? Like that, I get that he didn't have the most advanced version. I guess they never really gave me an explanation as to why the Astral Pulse was so specifically, uniquely special. When, like, I mean, they showed that another dude couldn't recreate it. I mean, maybe Shroud did the same thing. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the Astral Pulse was like an accident that they happened to achieve collectively, and Shroud was never able to recreate it. I guess maybe that's probably what the implication is supposed to be. It's just that it's so, because we do have that same character that was talking about our dad does try to help us make a new one. And we go through like 17 prototypes before we get the original one actually back. And so maybe Shroud had done the same thing. Maybe that's what all his red ones are. is they're like stable because he can make them more stable than the other guy being the original creator of it. But he's never actually been able to like have that eureka moment of recreating literally the original. And so maybe that's the problem. It just occurred to me that I'm probably going to want to not spin this wheel until the paint is dry, so that it doesn't get like smeared weirdly. So I'm just going to do the other side a little bit, what's exposed, and then spin it after both sides have dried. But other than like that one like head scratcher, which I think I've convinced myself of like the reasoning for it, so I think I can be fine with it. And it really wasn't like ruining the game for me or anything. It was just something that I've been sitting there going, I just don't get it. But I think that's what I was missing. I needed to pay attention to the fact that we had some good guy characters, literally Mecha Man and his buddy, like working together, trying to make a new one because they thought they didn't have access to the original one that exploded. And they were failing each time. So I'm guessing that's what happened with Shroud, is just he got a really lucky accident once. It could be a plot for season 2. That's a good idea. I could see them doing that for sure. Hello, my darling.
Hello. See how you were.
I'm doing well. What do you think of the boat?
I think it's looking great.
So basically, what I ended up deciding to do is all of the teeth, any orc emblems, and then the portholes ended up being platinum. The electrical bits ended up being copper. Like, so anything that would be copper. And then the rest I'm leaving the steel. And then I'm going to be doing some of these like chunkier panels, I think, in my darker like tin color tone, because they're scrap pieces that are just from another like I imagine they're from like their own scrapyard or a different scrapyard. So I'm trying to do those ones a bit more homogeneously. Excellent. Or not homogeneously, like just weird and like darker. Although I just realized I accidentally painted these teeth in copper and they should not be that color. What? Oh, I thought when you were responding to me, not what you were unwrapping. Okay, good. Good. Easy enough fix, my little mistake. Yeah, this is looking pretty fine. Okay, so the reason I was talking about is what the internet's pretty much saying. Okay, that makes sense. Divinity? No, not Divinity. I was actually talking to them about Dispatch and how I was like, because remember how I told you I was a little confused because in the game they make it really, really clear that main character's father was not the one that created the Astral Pulse. Yeah. It was Shroud, who was the villain. And so my main...
Why doesn't the Shroud...
Why isn't it just not... Yeah, and then it occurred to me as I was talking with Chad about this and basically kind of trying to speak out my thoughts a little bit more on it, that I do actually have evidence, I think, as to why he needs the original himself as well, and he can't just remake it. Right. Because we have two characters, Mecha Man, so Protag Chan, and his buddy, who's helping him recreate the Astral Pulse because they thought it blew up. This is before they know it's alive. Yes. They were failing. They made 17 prototypes and each one of them failed. Okay. And this guy is supposed to be a combo of mechanical engineer genius and electrical lab science genius. And if Shroud is the electrical labs side genius that did originally this project with the dad, my guess is they got sort of a weird lucky breakthrough that he's never been able to recreate, because he also did have red versions of the Astral Pulses that I just assume was kind of like the prototypes that we were making, but more stable because he was consistently using them because of his like brain power ability stuff that he was doing to sort of calculate all of his permutations of how things could end. And he still needed an energy source for that. So he had to make something, but not something as powerful as the Astral Pulse. And my guess is just that it was so complicated and possibly a one-off oopsie daisy, we are never going to recreate this idea, that it just didn't happen. That looks so good. I'm really glad everything came off clean. Woohoo! Look at that. Look at that nice clean edge between this color and this color. I need to do a little bit of touch up on the blade where I think some of the paint or the tape may have taken up some paint, or I just didn't get it down low enough originally because we had so I will actually take care of that right now because it's lead belcher, and that's what I can wrap up on actually.
Can you also, while you're at it, weather the brass?
Oh yes, you want me to do which silver have you been using?
Go ahead and just use the lead.
The lead belcher?
That way it won't blend into it will blend into the blade if you...
No, that makes sense.
Spill.
That makes sense. I will do that. What I'm going to also do first, just to get a little bit of a cleaner edge to begin with. Mm-hmm. Let's do this. So clean. I love it. Right? I'm so pleased with how this is coming out. Hey, if I've got any prop and or cosplayers in chat who have done larger armor pieces, what would you recommend doing for like applying a wash to say like these panels? Like my shoulder pieces and my helmet for my Imperial Guards woman, because I want to like apply a wash to it to dirty up the green and all of that stuff and make it a little bit more muted. And I'm not really sure the best way to do it because it's such a large piece. And I don't want it to pool awkwardly. And I haven't really done any research yet to see like to do like YouTube videos or anything to check on see what people do. So I'm just kind of starting off by, asking my chatters, because I know some of you guys do this stuff too. And I would love to know if anybody has any thoughts on that. And if you are watching this later on as a video on demand, which if you are, thank you. Appreciate you. And you have an answer to that question as well, please put it in the comments.
Did you put your candle somewhere?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Oh. Making sure it wasn't in the bag.
No. I took it upstairs. Okay, that looks really, really nice. I have a super clean edge now. And all we're going to do is we're going to take some of this paint and we're going to scuff up our edges a little bit. And I'm going to focus this kind of on the corners.
How's that looking?
Good. I'm doing a little bit on the corners.
Yeah.
Sort of do a test to see. And then my plan is that I'm only going to do a little bit of this with this color because I do want to scratch, like not scratch it up, but like weather it a smidge it. Yeah, and so I'm gonna do that with a brighter silver tone. And I want to, I figure to try to, I also got a really clean
Yeah, I see that.
edge. So, yeah, and I'm just doing it because I think this is a little too dark, honestly, against this,
Okay.
like it's almost blending in a little bit too much.
That's fair. 'Cause, yeah, the steel I used on the Fallout.
Yeah, it was a much brighter steel, right?
It's this natural steel from
Yeah, the natural steel from Vallejo. Yeah, I like that color a lot. That's actually what I want to use on this because I think it matches the undertone a little bit, so that if it gets scuffed, it'll do that. But that I did a little bit on the edges, and I think that looks good. I might work a little bit more.
You didn't get any silver on the copper, did you? On top. Yeah, a little bit, but
I was gonna do a little bit like on this.
that's not what I'm talking about. But that's
Okay.
great.
Okay, cool.
I'm talking about where you painted the silver down to the hand guard.
Oh, I see. There's like a smidge. I think that will like with weathering and stuff. I think that'll be. Yeah, I understand now. I missed that. Sorry. No, that's cool though. I need a little bit more.
Yeah, so the brush is a little hard.
No, it's okay. I also just didn't have a lot of paint on it. Basically, the edges that I think might get like touched more are the ones that I'm trying to hit this tone with. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Sort of do a little bit of weathering there, add a little bit of silver. I think we'll enhance it with some like brighter chips. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's looking good.
Yeah, just to break up the over uniformity of it.
Absolutely. You want to hang that? All right, guys. Ooh, you're putting together some metal shelving units so you can organize and tidy up your stuff. Heck yeah, that's great, Spike RS. Love to hear it. Another popular thought is that Robert's dad destroyed the research. I mean, that would make sense. But they must have already had their falling out by then, I guess, is really what it comes down to, I suppose. But I could believe that. I'm curious if they're going to end up doing a sequel. I would actually, like, if they're going to do another game, I don't want it to be about the existing characters that we've already gotten to know, because I don't know, I feel like that will overplay them. I would love it to be just a totally new team, and or it would be set like as a prequel and we're playing as either Robert's father or Shroud. I think it would be interesting to like play the game from a person becoming a villain perspective. And that's the choices you're guiding him towards, because you know that he is going to be the villain. And or that they know that it's still going to lead that way. So all of the choices still are going to eventually get you there. But like how exactly it happens, I'd kind of love that to be the next narrative. I think that could be actually really, really fun, because we've already gotten to see this sort of like, frankly, I felt the Shroud was a little half-baked in regards to like his plot and everything, and I would love to see that explored more. Anyways, guys, I am going to let you go. I need to go in and start getting some dinner ready for us. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Again, apologies for being away for about 40 minutes or so at the beginning, but I'm really glad that Chaos Cultist was able to keep you guys entertained and that you were really, really loving that. So genuinely, thank you guys so much for being here. And I will not be streaming on Thursday. There's just too much happening on that day. So I will not be streaming on Thursday, but we will be back on Friday. So I'll see you guys then at our regularly scheduled time of 1 p.m. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Have a lovely hobby night, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.